Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake on YouTube. And what we're going to make today is pineapple muffins. This particular recipe, I think it's easy, it's quick, and if anybody else has watched my videos, they know I like very quick recipes, but I like good tasting recipes too. And I think this is one of them. What I like about this is that you can use sweetened items or unsweetened. So if people, are limiting their sugar intake or that type of thing, you can do so, and I'll explain. Now, right off the bat, I want to tell you I no longer put the recipe below the video, and I'm really sorry about that. But hopefully I'll go clearly enough and slowly enough that you can jot it down if you want to give this recipe a try. But let's start bringing it together and getting the ingredients and talking about the ingredients. First up, what you're going to do is that you need a half a cup of butter, and you want it more of in a softened state. This one is pretty soft because my kitchen is very hot today, so it just gets softened sitting on the countertop. That's a half a cup. I went ahead and I broke it up into little pieces because I think it's easier to cream it and break it up basically. Okay, another thing I'm going to warn you about my stand mixer. It can be loud, so I'm going to give you a heads up every time I put it on so that you can adjust your sound on your end. Now, you also can use a stand-up mixer if you prefer. I like the, not stand-up, I'm sorry, I misspoke. Handheld, I do that. Handheld mixer, but I use the stand-up because I find it's easier and quicker for the video, and I don't have to keep you folks too long if you do want to watch the entire video. So either stand up or handheld, that's up to you. Okay, so we've got the butter in. I'm just going to break it up and cream it, and normally you're going to do that at whatever speed that you prefer, usually medium, and take whatever time it is to cream it. Okay, so I'm going to warn you about the mixer. Okay, the next thing that you want to do is you want to have 3 eggs. And it's best to have them in room temperature. I'm going to try to beat one in at a time. Warn you about the mixer. Now, I want to get to the sides of the bowl and to the bottom where it tends to stick. Now this, though, you do want to beat. And it might take you 2-3 minutes depending on the speed that you're using and the mixer that you're using. But you do want it to be a quite smooth, fluffy, and like a lemon color. So I'm going to turn it on, so I'll warn you about the sound. Okay, so once you do that, and you've really beaten them well, okay, like I said, it will be a real pretty lemon color. Okay, all right, now let's work on our dry ingredients. You're going to be using 2½ cups of all-purpose flour. If you like to use the unbleached, that works, really well too. But 2½ cups of flour. You're also going to be putting in a teaspoon of baking soda. That's 1 teaspoon. And you're also going to be putting in 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And yes, I did say 2. All right. And then I'm going to give this just a good stir with my little whisk here. You don't have to spend a lot of time, but just, you know, give it a stir, you know, with a fork or a spoon or however you do it, okay? All right. And now what I'm going to do is I want to add the liquid. Now, to make the pineapple, it does take a 20-ounce can, and it's best to buy the crushed because if not, cutting it up could be a real bear, you know. So what you're going to do is, first off, you want to open the can, of course, of a 20-ounce can. Now, I use the unsweetened crushed pineapple, any brand that you want. You could go ahead and use the 20-ounce sweetened, you know, with regular syrup. You could use the one that is a light syrup. So again, you can change this recipe the way that you want to. You can adjust it. I prefer the unsweetened, but again, I've made it for family members that said they prefer the light syrup one. So everybody is different. So that's going to be up to you, however you want to, you know, customize it for yourself. Now, once you open the can, what I find is easier, have a bowl ready and just take the lid, push down on the center and drain it. You're going to get 1 cup, and believe it or not, it is exactly 1 cup of the pineapple juice, okay? There might be a little bit of pineapple left in it, but you'll get 1 cup. I find that's the easiest way to do it, is like I said, just open the can, the lid is inside, and just press on it, turn it over, and I get 1 cup, and that's what this is. This is all the liquid that came from a 20-ounce can of crushed pineapple, okay? The next thing I want to go through is, this is probably the hardest part, or time consuming, is that what you'll want to do is you really got to drain this pineapple really, really well, because if you don't, the muffins will be soggy, or you're gonna think they're raw, or gonna taste raw, and I think you'll absolutely, well, I think you'll hate it. So you do have to make sure it's well drained. So I drain it actually in a strainer, and after that I lay it down on some linen kitchen towels and pat it, and I'll go get another kitchen linen towel if I feel there's still too much moisture, and pat it down on that, and then put it in my bowl. So you really want to, I want to stress, please drain and dry this pineapple before you're using it, you know. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to add the dry ingredients, and then I'm just going to add the liquid a little ahead of time, okay? So I'm going to warn you about the mixer. And now we're going to put a little bit of that pineapple juice. That's the rest of the flour. And the rest of that juice. Now, this is when I am going to turn it up so that I can beat it in. You don't want to beat it, the batter, too long, because I think it actually makes it dense and very tough. But I do want it well mixed, so I'm going to warn you about the sound. Now, I put it up at high speed to move it along, but you're going to probably be at medium speed, and it, you know, it might take you 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. You know, you don't want to overbeat it, but you do want it to come together. But I raised it up due to the video, and again, I just want to kind of scrape everything and make sure that it's combined. And I'm just going to give it a couple more seconds here. Okay, then what you're going to do is you're going to add that pineapple that you drained very well, and like I said, I do dry it on a towel. Now, You can fold it in, or you can just put it in as I am. You don't want to be on, you know, too high of a speed, because you don't want to break up the coconut more than it is, because it is crushed to begin with. But again, I like to use my mixer because I feel I get a better distribution of it. So I'm just going to turn on my mixer. Okay, and you can see for just that couple seconds or so. Okay, all right. Well, my paddle is not, there we go, cooperating today. All right, and now I'm just going to take the excess off my paddle here. You know, you hate to waste anything because you know, products are so expensive these days, and you know, you just don't want to waste. And now again, I'm just cleaning up the sides, checking that bottom, giving it another good stir with my spatula, and I'll show you what the batter looks like. Okay, it is sticky and wet. It's a wet batter, that's for sure. Okay, not due to the pineapple, because I know someone might write me. Okay, and let's talk about scoops. Different sizes. Well, this one obviously is way too big, so what I'm using is this one today. I'm sorry it doesn't have a number on it, okay, but you can see the very difference in them. Okay, now they will yield you anywhere from 12 to 14 muffins. Okay, and as you see, I have, you know, I have another tray here. Or, you know, just add a little bit more to everyone to make it all 12, but it will yield you up to 14, so that's going to be up to you. So what I like to do is I like to use a scoop, because I find that then I know every one is quite uniform in its baking, you know, that they all kind of look alike when you're done with it. And like I said, if you don't want to go for the extra cupcakes, just take a teaspoon and try to add a teaspoon or so more in each one. Okay? Now what you're going to do is you're going to put these in, of course, a preheated oven at 350 degrees. Okay, let's see, I got one more here. And they should bake up between 18 to 20 minutes. But you know, I always mention in my videos, our oven's set up so differently. So, you know, and I know mine with my new oven right now is that I am noticing less time. So you really get to know your oven and the baking times. So I do start checking mine about 15 or 16. I don't like opening my oven a lot, that's for sure, to lose temperature and what have you. If you are going to bake the extra two, you can put them in the oven, but remember to rotate them, okay? Now, like I said, this recipe is really kind of nice because you can change the type of sweetened or unsweetened pineapple and that type of thing. And then you can garnish them with cream cheese or powdered sugar or white buttercream, or just leave them plain. They're really delicious with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. There you have it. I'm sorry, I want to explain real quick, I'm not alone on it at all, that I no longer put my recipe below my video, because I always tell people at the end of my videos, you know, if you try this recipe and you like it, let me know. Or if you have a question or a comment. And I find my work posted and pinned and on other sites that other people have claimed their work, and it's so frustrating for me that I can't answer you. So I just want to remind you that all my videos, I only put them on YouTube. And so if you do write to me, I will do my very best to answer in a timely fashion, okay? And if you're so inclined and you'd like to subscribe, well, gosh, I'd really appreciate it. I couldn't thank you enough, or ring the bell. So, thanks for watching Diane Lovetobake on YouTube. Stay well, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.